Welcome to the Libra Lounge with Keisha podcast. I'm your host, Keisha, and I've got producer James here in the studio.
Hey.
And we've got my toy poodle Sushi up here as well. Hey, Sue! She says hello to everyone. All right, this is episode 133. Can't believe we've done 133 of these.
I know, right?
It doesn't seem like it.
Oh, it does to me.
Oh, and why is that?
Because you do about an hour of work, and I do another 6 to put each one together.
You know, normally I would just go ahead and cuss producer James out right now. But for some of you, you may not know, but producer James is with child.
Oh, God.
Producer James is pregnant with a gut baby. And we've already picked out her name. Her first name's going to be Her. Her middle name's going to be Nia. Hernia. He's got a hernia about the size of a grapefruit.
Yeah, it's like 4 by 4 by 6, they said.
Yeah.
So,
And I'm like, ew. Like, gross.
I mean, that's bad enough, but like you giving it a name
Hernia?
is way worse.
Why would we not name her?
Because she's going to get aborted as soon as they schedule the surgery.
Okay.
We can't take her home either. They don't give you that.
Oh, man, you can't request to have it. Like, when you have something removed, like an organ, can you request to take it home like you can with the placenta?
I know, right?
They let you take home a whole damn baby.
Yeah, I mean.
You know?
Yeah, remember when we, like the last time had any kind of surgery, like I had that sleeve, and I said, can I take some home? And like, no, that's biohazard. So I don't know why placentas
So
get
why is
special
placenta
treatment.
not?
That's a great question. I guess because it's a woman's thing. I don't know.
I'd rather them keep the baby, just let me take the placenta home and use it for all of its nutrients
Well,
and all that good
yeah.
stuff. So
Well, you get to take a placenta home and eat it or feed it to people.
Well, you can actually eat the placenta while you're still in the hospital.
Yeah, they can't do that with like a finger. Like,
no.
I would bite a finger. Why wouldn't you?
Yeah,
Eat somebody's ear. What's wrong with that?
You know, I wish when I had Scholar, they, would have. I think they knew a lot of the benefits of the placenta for, afterbirth. But I guess they just got people that were willing to get into the field of how to consume this, right?
Yeah, here's the thing, though, man. Like, they say all these benefits, but you only eat it one time. How many times?
No. So you could get them encapsulated.
Ugh.
What?
And how long does that last?
Till you use all of them? I don't fucking know. But no, you can get them in capsules, or you can have the placenta person, because I don't know what name they have. I don't know if they have to be certified or
a butcher.
Yeah, I mean, do they?
A meat cutter.
That is something that I'm gonna have to look up. Like, do they have an official name or whatever? But
hippie.
A what?
Hippie.
Right. Okay. So they can come into your hospital room, make you a smoothie, a fruit smoothie, and put pieces of your placenta in it, and you drink it.
So again, why is that okay with a placenta, but not like an appendix?
Okay, because perhaps, I don't know, a fucking appendix doesn't have any health benefits.
Well, who knows? We're not eating them.
So. We don't even need them. so we don't even need an appendix. So I don't think it. Yeah, that's trash. Ew, put it away. Biohazard. Ew. Yeah, placenta helps with a lot. Yeah, I would eat my placenta, I think.
I mean, I would eat yours.
Yeah, okay. Not hibachi style over here, okay?
I was going to make a big production.
No. We're going to put it in a fruit smoothie, and I'm going to say put as much sweetener as humanly possible in that drink, because I will gag. And you know me, once I say I got to throw up, it's already too late.
You're throwing up in the middle of the word throwing up.
Yes. He has seen it happen multiple times, and I am also known for being a very loud vomiter.
Oh my God, yes.
Okay, so, when you throw up, you're usually alone, okay? So you don't know.
Not party girls like you.
I never knew that I had I don't even know what it's called, but they claim that I am so loud when I vomit. And they like look at me like, why are you so loud? Like, I don't fucking know. My insides are turning inside out and trying to come up my esophagus. I have no idea why it's so loud when I do it. So is everyone else quiet when they throw up?
I mean, different people throw up at different volumes. So yeah, some people are like retching, like you're a retcher. Like you actually.
What does that sound like?
Oh man, it hurts me to do it. It's like a.
Yeah, that's it. That's
it.
Yeah, that is how it sounds.
You're literally Arnold in every movie.
But I thought everyone.
No.
Well, because the only comparison that I really had was what you see on TV. Right. And on TV, it's always pretty loud. So I just thought that was a norm. But oh no, there's a VIP crew over here. The throw-uppers that make no sound. So
did you ever like when you were in high school, did you ever like hold your friend's hair back, or were you ever in a room when someone else threw up?
Yeah, I'm sure I have, but I wasn't like recording like with the clicker. Okay, this one was loud. You know, I can't even remember.
Okay, because I'm a quiet one. Like mine just comes up. I don't like retch. It just kind of happens.
Yeah, and apparently it's the same way with my mom and my daughter too.
Yeah.
Because they're like, we can hear you all the way upstairs when you throw up in your bedroom, in the toilet that's part of the bathroom. Of man, I just said a whole bunch of words that.
If anybody was trying to break into our house, I've got no idea where anything is.
Okay. Yes. Oh no. They're like, wait. She said upstairs, turn attic door down. Her bedroom, but not her bathroom. Okay, so my bathroom and my bedroom, they can hear me all the way upstairs when I throw up.
Yeah.
And they have no sympathy for me either because they're so annoyed because it's loud.
Well, it's like
they think I'm doing it on purpose.
Well, it's like when something terrible happens. It's like watching a fail video. Like something bad happens to somebody, but it's so goddamn funny when it happens, you laugh at them. It's kind of the same thing. Like it's hard to feel bad for you because it's so fucking comical.
Yeah, they're like, it's so dramatic. I'm like, I don't know how to do this better. Like, I mean,
it would only be more dramatic if you put your hand to your forehead, like, oh, here I go.
Well, the funny thing about it is that when I do throw up, more often than not, it takes a lot out of me because I gotta go lay down a little bit.
Well, yeah. I mean, you just did more work in 30 seconds than some people do all day.
Alrighty, if you are a friend of the Libra Lounge, you know what time it is. It's time for the gap.
We know she has a really big mouth, which sounds kind of dirty, and that's probably true too. Let's gossip. The Gab with Keisha.
Okay, so everyone has been talking about Euphoria since its very first season. It's got nothing but more positive reviews for the acting and for the storytelling on the show. So I just got started watching Euphoria, and goddamn, these children need to go to alternative school. They need a 15-year subscription to be part of DARE, and they fucking need Plan Bs. They need their own venereal disease testing kits at home. Like, what the fuck is going on? Like, the shit that they do will make a school counselor just quit and never want to work with children again.
Is it a documentary? Or
no, it's not a documentary. No, I believe it was originated in China or Japan.
Okay.
And this one is what do you call it? Reenactment? A redactment? What is it?
Reinterpretation?
Redaption. Adaption? What is the word I'm looking for?
An adaptation?
Yeah. Oh,
that one. Yeah, that word. Yeah.
I said it right.
No. You put a re in there. Like a
adaptation.
And you talk for a living. That's what's crazy.
Just tell me how to say it with no judgments.
Adaptation. Adapt.
Oh, I'm never going to be able to say that correctly.
Oh, the PT.
It's that PT? No. PT. Adaptation.
There you go.
That's pretty good. Okay. So that word I just said, because I'm not going to try to say it again because it's going to be wrong. They made it, for HBO. But damn, like, I know that we were in high school, what, 30, almost 30 years ago?
4 years ago.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah. We graduated in 1997.
Yeah.
There's no fucking okay. First of all, within one episode, I've not seen that many dicks in my entire life. Okay, any
Full frontal
reason?
nudity?
Yes,
Oh my god.
for guys. Yes, it is,
Wow.
and they do it a lot.
Is there like a locker scene or a shower
There was
scene?
one locker scene, but the
Okay.
others have not. Okay, for example, this is how much they just want people to see dicks. We've got a grandmother who, I guess her daughter's baby daddy beat her grandson, right?
Okay.
So she's this big time drug dealer. And if you watch the show, this is Fez's grandma. Okay, so she goes into the strip club where he is the manager or he owns it or whatever, right? And one of the strippers is giving him a blowjob. So she goes up to him, she shoots him in each leg.
Ooh.
But of course, they had to show the dick. And
Wow.
I would think getting shot in the leg twice would make a dick go limp, but not in this guy's case at all because it didn't. But yes, there's drugs, there's sex. I'm gonna be honest with you. If I watch more than 3 episodes in a day, I'm pretty fucking depressed for the entirety of the day. Like, I'm in a dark place. I feel like I need to put on a fucking flannel and listen to Nirvana. I mean, it just takes me to this dark place. It kind of does me like when I was reading New Moon of the Twilight Saga. Okay, I was reading New Moon. I was just like, I don't like life. I don't like my boyfriend, who was James at the time. I don't like my job. I just want to howl at the moon. I'm like, why am I fucking depressed? I'm like, cause Bella's depressed. God damn it. I'm taking on her emotions. So yeah, that's kind of like what this show does. I mean, the gender is very fluid in this show. I will say that. So I think part of the problem, besides they say that they're glorifying drug usage, which they fucking kind of do, because I don't know how many times Zendaya could say, oh, damn, I really thought I was going to die right there. And it's just, there's a lot of drugs in it. There's very little education. They only use the school as a backdrop. Okay. I've seen let me see, 1, 2, 3, 3 people with a pencil in their hands. And I'm not sure there was a book or a tablet in front of them. Maybe they were just holding it in case anyone needed a number 2 pencil. I don't think we've seen a teacher. We've seen the principal. But literally the high school is a backdrop.
It's just a place to do more drugs.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah. I mean, I don't know why they're even filming at the school. It's like it was an afterthought. You know what? Let's do this shit right here at the school. And we're not gonna be here that much. We could probably film 2 seasons in a day with the amount of time. The time that camera time that the school actually gets. But yeah, it is. I don't know if it glorifies drug usage. Do kids really use that much drugs nowadays? Like,
see, there's a weird line between like glorifying and just trying to normalize. You know what I mean?
Well, yes, I do. But in either instance, I think the problem is the drugs that they're using. Okay.
Let's make it clear. Drugs are still bad.
If they were only doing pot, I'd be like, y'all got the hookup. You know what I mean? But no, they're doing like heroin, cocaine, fentanyl, all kinds of shit. We even got one character who's stealing pain meds from her father who's dying of cancer. I hope for his sake he died before the time limit that he would have run out of the drugs that he needed. Because, they won't give you, they have to write that shit down.
Yeah. Even
when the person passes away, no one can leave the room until that medicine is all accounted for. So you got her little bitch ass, but she's so damn sad her daddy died. Well, bitch, you're making sure he died in pain because she's stealing his medicine, right? And that's how her addiction starts. They talk a lot about, what is it that they talked about? Like learning disabilities with, one certain character. We've got another character. Okay. I got to say, I was disappointed in myself. I did not realize that Jules was transsexual. I was like, man, she's got a really strong nose. And I'm pretty good, damn good. I have pretty good gaydar. I can spot, if a man is however you want to say it.
Right.
I can tell if someone's transitioning. There's just a feature that I kind of zoom in on. Please do not start emailing because I didn't say the right terminology. I'm doing my fucking best. And if you're pissed off right now, you better go ahead and turn the show off because I'm sure you'll get even more pissed off. But she got me good. She got me good.
Really?
Now, since then, yeah, I can totally see it, but they did a good job of introducing this character without like, oh, she's transsexual. You know what I mean?
Right.
But yeah, the drugs, yeah. And then they've got a 10-year-old who sells drugs.
Yeah.
And he not only sells drugs, he killed 2 people. Oh yeah, he killed 2 people. A 10-year-old with a hammer. Spoiler alert. Yeah, so it is a roller coaster ride. I mean, we've got like one girl who's like a cam girl in high school. Like these are 16-year-olds. And every time someone fucks, we see the scene. There's never, oh hey, guess what? I fucked that girl. No, we saw that you did it. Yeah, so it's a lot.
It sounds like a lot, but it sounds like the stuff that's happening is not like crazy. It's never happened to humans before. Like it's stuff that we hear happens
Right.
to high school kids.
No, this a lot.
Well, I mean, maybe not at like a one campus. Like that campus should be shut the fuck down.
I mean, we've got
It's
one
like Dangerous
dad who
Minds.
is, the super rich and powerful man who likes to fuck guys or guys transitioning in a dirty hotel, right?
Mm.
And then he films it. Then turns out that his son kind of like wants to do that kind of stuff too. It's a lot of fucked upness. They should have
Wow.
called it fucktopia, not. I'm just like, were kids when we were in high school having that much sex? Like, sex is not a big deal to these kids at all.
Given the number of single moms we had in our class, I'd say yes.
You may be onto something there, my friend. You
And
may.
they were onto something too.
Oh, disc on that disco stick. So yeah, I would most definitely say Euphoria. It lives up to the hype. It really does. I just started season 2. I think I'm on episode like 3. But I also started a new show, Inventing Anna, which is a story of Anna Delvey. Is that how you say her last name?
I don't know. I don't know who it's about.
Oh yeah, because I didn't put that on the show notes, so you didn't look.
No, I have no idea.
Okay, how about this? If you're watching Inventing Anna, hit me up on Instagram or Facebook and let's talk about it. Because I'm only on episode 2 and I can't even remember her right last name. So I'm probably not the person to be speaking about it right now.
Yeah, we'll save that for episode 134.
Yes, we will get back to you. All right, so Demi Lovato. Now, Demi Lovato, I have been following her since she first came on the scene on the Disney Channel because that was right along the age that Scholar was when she was still really into Disney Channel. And, I thought, oh, she's really cute. She's talented. She doesn't, look like a cookie cutter version of the next girl, the next girl, the next girl. But goddamn, Demi. We have witnessed Demi struggle, all right? And I want to say it was 2 years ago or so. Demi, and before that, she came out as a lesbian, all right? That's 1. Then Demi came out as bisexual. That's 2. And then I think it was 2020 or 2021, she came out as gender binary. Non-binary. Okay. So if you don't exactly know what that means, this gender does not identify as a gender. Is that correctly?
It's a gender designation that does not adopt the binary male or female. So it's neither.
Right. Now, I am down for the kids. Everybody who knows me knows that. But I will say, and I have said it to my gay friends, the non-binary is a tricky one. You know what I mean? Because you don't know what to say. No matter what you say, you're going to offend someone. You know what I mean? And it's one that's kind of hard to remember. You know what I mean? If you've been calling someone him, he, she, her all their life, and then all of a sudden you have to do, what is it? It's a them, they,
It's
we,
whatever
us.
it's whatever they choose in whatever
Okay.
moment you ask.
Okay, so and that's kind of hard to keep up with.
Yeah.
I have to say, but now Demi want to be every goddamn thing because today she says she is autistic.
Is she just? I mean, is she like just searching for a label?
I don't know. And if
Because
you're
most people. Let's just be fair. Most people don't just all of a sudden announce, "Hey, guess what? I'm autistic."
she
We usually know.
and we're speaking for experience because my stepson Jackson is high functioning autistic, and I was a school social worker, so I worked with lots of children who were autistic. So me and James are pretty much autistic virologists.
Yeah,
That's what we do.
We have enough experience to
Yes.
speak with authority.
And ain't one goddamn thing about Demi Lovato has ever made me question. Because you'll ask James, well, that person seemed real cool, but they on the spectrum. They may be barely on a spectrum, but a spectrum they are on. That is never gotten that from Demi Lovato. And I'm not saying she doesn't have it, okay? She says that she took a test and she has it.
Yeah, was it like an internet test?
I don't know, because someone I was reading the comments. Okay, I really went in for the comments. So, ooh, shit, what they finna say? And someone's like, "So you just wake up in the morning and decide to take an autism test?"
I'm feeling a little autistic today. My autism's acting up. Let me go take a test.
Ever since I had COVID, I've been a little autistic too.
I got a touch of autism.
We're going to hell for like 24 hours for this shit. And see.
Ooh, wait, hang on. Ooh, I think it's gonna rain. My autism, my trick autism knee is acting up.
No, I don't eat pork. It makes my autism go up.
I got an autism flare.
We're gonna get kicked off. We're totally gonna get kicked off.
Welcome to cancel.
Yeah. Okay, and we only joke like this. We joke like about this the same way we joke about black people. We're black. Well, I am, but he's married to me, so he can get the black card.
I made it.
Gonna call you James Jenkins.
Well, James Owens is
pretty. Yeah, it's pretty. Yeah,
it could be black.
So, we do the same thing with autism just because that has been our life for 17 years. The good, the bad, there's been bad, there's been tears, there's been ugly, there's been confusion, there's been testing, art, all kinds of things. And then there was some goodness. You know what I mean? Things kind of, when he quit shitting himself at 8, it kind of went up from there. You know what I mean? So, long story short, we can say whatever the fuck we want to about autism. But yeah, she is. Is it that she? Okay, because I feel like next week she's going to wake up and say, I took a test and I'm black. It's like 0.3% Nigerian, but fuck, black power. That's just how I feel. I feel like Demi is lost and she's trying to find a place where she fits in. And you're Demi fucking Lovato. You make that place that's your place and people will follow. But I think she's still just kind of wandering around. She's not happy.
Yeah, I don't understand. Like, it's one of those things I don't understand. I can understand people, coming out in terms of gender or, disease, illness, some of those things. And even I can understand people, talking about and identifying with their mental health. Like, someone says, hey, I messed up, I was depressed. Or, hey, I have schizophrenia. But
yeah, usually me, it's like, man, I messed up because I didn't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Or that.
But this is a weird one. I don't know anyone else who is at her age, quote unquote, came out as autistic. That's not an identity. That's a disorder.
Okay, that's true. But I know it was Amy Schumer's, the girl that used to kind of be funny, but she's really not funny anymore. So she's like dressing as a Tampax tampon for Halloween.
Yeah.
Amy Schumer, the one who got the bad fillers in her face that made her face look even fatter. That Amy Schumer.
That one.
Her husband got diagnosed with autism a few years back.
Yeah.
So.
But it wasn't like he didn't have a press conference and say, "Hey,
no,
guess what?"
No. No.
And he's a chef too.
Huh.
So
I don't know. I just
It's-
feel like,
it's an odd one.
yeah, I feel like, and I could be completely wrong. I feel like Demi has been very unhappy, kind of confused for a while now. You know, she struggled a lot with addiction, um, which that's a forever struggle right there. But now it's just all of these things like to reinvent herself. I mean, I don't think she's going
I don't
about
think
it
you
the
want to
right
reinvent
way.
yourself that way.
Yeah, I don't think you, but
Well,
in our society now, you can with just these labels.
Yeah, you really can. I mean, yeah, I guess so. I mean, there's people, other entertainers who are on the spectrum, and it's pretty well known. Daryl Hannah, for
Yeah.
example,
Mhm.
Dan Aykroyd.
I wonder is that why
Um,
her fingers are so long.
No,
Oh,
not because of autism.
you sure?
Pretty sure.
I bet you
not on the
Demi Lovato
spectrum.
gonna say something about finger size and autism.
It's just one of those things. She doesn't seem like, based on her lifestyle, based on the things that she got into, based on being addicted and partying, and just those are not typically things that you associate with being on the
Autism.
spectrum.
Yeah.
So it's kind of
It just came from out of left field. I mean,
yeah.
Next time Warner just fits, put on Instagram. Oh, I'm feeling like, I don't know.
Little autism.
You know how you feel like you got a cold coming on? I feel like I might have a little spectrum coming on. and then, a few days later, post something else. I'm still feeling that spectrum kind of way.
That spectrum hit different though.
Yeah. And then the next week say, you know what? I'm thinking about getting a doctor's appointment to see if I'm autistic. Do it like that. Don't just come out shebang. It just something ain't right about it. I don't know. I don't know. But regardless, if she is or is, wait, I'm already fucking up. If
Demi
is or is not, I mean, I just want her. I want Demi to be healthy.
Yes.
Yeah, and just find oneself.
Healthy, happy, and making music.
Yeah, because I love her big
She's
loud
a
ass.
good singer.
She's not a silent singer. I mean, how I throw up is how Demi sings. It is powerful. It is loud, and a lot of people don't like that. Like they're like, here comes Demi Lovato with her screaming ass. I mean, she just is not like a soft singer.
No.
At all.
No.
So, all right, moving right along, we've got Wendy Williams, and her show has officially been canceled.
It has it.
It has been canceled. Really? Yes.
No more guest hosts. It's just done.
No more guest hosts. And Sherry Shepherd's new show, I think it's going to kick off this summer, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
Yeah.
Does it have a name, or is it still the Not Wendy Williams show?
No, I think it's going to be called the Sherry Shepherd Show. But let me say this. There is nothing about Sherry Shepherd that would make me want to watch her talk show. Nothing.
Really?
No.
Who is she? Is she on Wendy Williams' show? Is she a co-host?
She's been one of the guest co-hosts, but she was also on The View. She's an actress. She's a comedian.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys remember, but several years back, she was married to this guy, and they decided to have a baby, but they had to use a surrogate to do it. Okay. No, they got the fertilization done, and I guess they froze the fertilized embryos. And I guess at some point they were having marital problems, and the guy went ahead and followed through with getting the surrogate and all of that. And she was like, I don't want that baby. Yeah, she has nothing to do with the kid.
Well,
but it's still her egg.
That's what I was saying. So
yes.
So he took her eggs, had a baby through a surrogate.
Right.
So it's literally their baby.
It is their baby.
Wow.
And she was like, no, the marriage was over. I mean, she was acting like that one. Bitch, that was your egg. Stop acting like it wasn't your egg.
That is.
Yeah, so he's raising, I want to say it's a little girl. Yeah.
But he could go after. So, wow.
She didn't want to have anything. She wanted to, I don't know if she actually did or not, but she wanted to sign over. She wanted all of her rights to be stripped away.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is crazy.
Yeah, I mean, Sherry Shepherd could come down with the cure for cancer right now and be like, bitch, didn't you abandon your little girl to that African-looking man you used to be married to? Bitch, if you don't want to be stuck in the house with her, why do you think your little girl want to be stuck in the house? I mean, That is all I can think of since then, because it's like, who does that?
That is the first case I can think of where a woman could actually
Yes.
say, I want a maternity test to see if I'm actually the mother of this
They
baby.
didn't have to do it because
No, I
it
know,
was
but
her.
this,
Yeah.
no, but I'm saying
But
that
it is confirmed. It is her child.
wow.
Yeah, and that child is being raised by the father. I can't remember how it concluded in court, but I know she doesn't have anything to do with the kid. The kid is strictly the dad's. I can never get past that. I don't know why. I can get past a lot of shit, but that one just hit a nerve in me with her little short, little Danny DeVito, black looking ass.
There you go.
Yeah.
Good save.
Yeah. I kind of go on a tyrant every now and then. And
A what?
tyrant.
No.
Tuition.
Are you tirade?
Tirade.
A rant.
I get a little bit flippant at the mouth. So yeah. But yeah, Sherri Shepherd will have the show. So it's gonna be interesting to see with Sherri having a show that's her standalone now. Is she still gonna be able to get the celebrity guests the way that Wendy was able to?
Oh, they will. I mean, it's if it's on a major network, I mean the network bookings are what drive that.
Right.
So yeah, she'll, especially if it's a brand new show,
right,
they'll be trying to get the best they can to get the initial viewership up.
I just think that's such an odd person to have a talk show.
Wendy Williams turned out to be a pretty odd person to have a talk show.
But no,
too.
Wendy Williams had already earned all of her stripes, because of her radio shows and her interviewing celebrities on her radio shows and just being ruthless about the questions that she would ask. Like, she just didn't give a fuck.
It's not the first time we've had a weird person get a talk show. Like Rachel Ray had a talk show.
She still does.
I know, which is one of those. Kelly Clarkson.
Which I tell you, the scariest shit is when I fall asleep and the TV's on and it's 3:00 in the morning and all I hear is Kelly Clarkson's loud country ass voice. It startles me every single time. And yeah, I was a bit confused on why Kelly Clarkson got a show, but apparently she's superb at being a talk show host.
Yeah, it's just weird, the people that get them and the people that end up being good at them.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of a list of people. Like Queen Latifah had a talk show at one time, and that was dumb. Who else? When they gave Nick Cannon a show, I was like, why are they giving Nick Cannon a show?
Yeah.
But I guess whatever. Who was the fat kid in Stand By Me? Jerry O'Connell.
Jerry O'Connell. Yeah.
And I apologize to Jerry's mom, because whenever someone says that he was fat, she would say he was not fat. He was not fat, mama. He had his own talk show. Like, why?
Oh my God, I remember that. You're right.
Yes. I'm like, okay, what? Why is Jerry O'Connell talking about anything except for being married to Molly Sims? I don't get it, but yeah. In other news, I can't remember the last time we talked about Kylie and Travis Scott having their baby boy and naming him Wolf. Did we talk about that?
Ooh, no.
Okay, yes. So congratulations to Kylie Jenner and Travis Scott. They had a baby boy, but I want to say his birthday was on some symbolic day. I'm trying to think of what it was.
Tuesday?
No. No, I was thinking of it. It was something kind of like that. I don't know. Anywho, but they named him Wolf Scott.
Wolf Jacques.
What? No,
Oh, his last name. Sorry. My bad.
So on our show notes, I have Wolf's name with his middle name, which is what I was going to talk about. Oh. And producer James thought I was mispronouncing Scott. But his middle name is spelled Jacques, and he was like, "Oh, Jacques."
Yeah, Jacques.
Yeah, no, and it's not Jacques because he's black. It's Jacques.
Oh shit! Sorry.
Yeah, they named the baby.
Okay.
Okay, so imagine.
Is that like Darrell?
Kind of like that.
Okay.
So imagine my confusion when they're like, "Oh yeah, they gave the baby Travis's first name as his middle name." I was like, "Well, where the fuck is Travis at? I see this Jacques, but where is Travis?" Then I realized, oh yeah, Travis is not his real name.
Well, his name is Jacques Webster.
Yes,
right?
Webster is their last name. Yeah, like Stormy Webster. Yes, this is gonna be Wolf Webster.
Okay, Wolf. Yes. Wolf Jacques Webster.
It's Jacques.
Jacques. God damn.
What? what? They're from, he's black and from Houston. You know damn well it's Jacquees. Webster, yes. And people, I
it's
don't know
like
why
playing
people
Black
say that
Scrabble.
they give them their kids weird names, because Stormy was on the list of names for when I was pregnant with Skylar.
Yeah, that one's not too weird.
And Wolf is now going to, apparently it is the new animal breed to name your child. Remember a few years ago it was Bear?
Oh, was it really?
Yeah, and then we
Well, I
went
know
through
some- yeah.
Sparrow,
Yeah.
and now we've got Wolf.
Well, I mean, there's been some other people that have been named Wolf. Wouldn't didn't
Eve just had a baby. Her and her husband just had a baby, and they named him Wolf as well.
Yeah, but wouldn't it? God damn it, who was it? Guitarist who had throat cancer. Played for Van Halen. Eddie Van Halen.
Yeah, Wolfgang.
Oh,
Was
Wolfgang.
his, yeah, his son's name was
Wolfgang.
Wolfgang.
Yeah,
Yeah. So, yeah, that's all the Kardashian news I am going to do today. We give too much energy to those people. When we get back, I am going to have the queen of reality TV on TLC, Miss Molly Hopkins. Alrighty, welcome back to the Libra Lounge with Keisha. I'm so excited to introduce my special guest tonight. She is the queen of TLC. Welcome, Miss Holly. I'm sorry, I said the queen of TLC and then called you Holly.
That's all right, girl. We can just pretend like it's Christmas and I'm just out there like good berries, baby.
I'm so sorry, Molly Hopkins. Welcome to the show.
It's all good, Mama. Hi.
Hi. So tell our audience what Molly was like growing up.
Girl, in truth and love, if you can't hear it from this voice, I actually grew up on a farm. I grew up in rural Georgia. So for the majority of my life in elementary and middle school, before I went to school, I was throwing hay bales and gathering eggs, and that's the truth.
No.
Yes, honey, stringing beans.
I think I need pictures for evidence. I don't believe you.
No, I really did. I was raised by my grandmother, and she had a farmstead, and they raised cattle, pigs, and they also had a huge pond in their back, so they had catfish and trout lines and all kinds of stuff. So
you're a country girl.
Absolutely. All
that
day.
Is too funny. Okay, so were you the big personality that you are now when you were little?
Yeah, and I think it's simply because God really laid it on my heart to just love everybody. And I was always a little chubby, and I always said this year, fat girls that are funny are super in season. So I think it's
hello
kind of through my whole life.
Right? I always say you skinny bitches better be glad I'm fat, because I would be such a storm. You hoes are not ready for a skinny Keisha. So you're welcome, ladies. So what made you decide you wanted to get into the bra titty business? Because that's not something you hear every day.
To be honest with you, once again, I'm just going to just say and give it to God. I went to school for music. Okay. I thought I was going to teach theory and run a mega choir somewhere. And when I was in college, because I learned how to sew when I was about 3 or 4 years old, my grandma taught me. And so I always knew how to sew, and I always had a lot of bust volume, even when I was little. And I mean, like, body frame little, but younger. I got boobs in the 3rd grade, so literally. And so I just really was not faring well at college. It was hard. I was miserable. And I had a dream, and my grandma came to see me, and my grandfather was still living at the time, and she had a couple sewing machines and all this fabulous fabric. And in the dream, she came and saw me and said, you need to go to fashion school, because I wanted to make swimwear. And when I was 12 years old, I told my friends that one day I would have a bra store, but it really didn't, I didn't remember that.
Right.
Until she came to see me in a dream. So it was truly sent. She was my lifeline, and I ended up at fashion school. And when I was in fashion school, there was a bra shop, and I was a bartender on the weekends, and that's how I paid through school. And I met this woman that had a store, and I ended up in their buying office, but I knew immediately that it was something that I wanted to do, and I just was reminded of my calling at like a really young age.
Well, I'm impressed by the fact that you've been sewing since you were 3 because I don't even know how to, what do you call it? Needle a thread, what is it? Needle, thread a
Thread a
needle?
needle. Yeah.
I
Well, let
can't
me tell
even
you
do that.
something. Well, a business model has hopefully going to transpire from that, because when the pandemic hit and we had to close our store,
Mm,
we sewed masks for about 6 months in my shop.
okay. Hmm.
And when I called all my girlfriends, they were like, I would love to help you, because I was desperate for anybody to help. And they were like, well, I would love to help you, but I have a sewing machine, but spin the box, it's got dust. So I want to start like a zip and paint. I want to start a bitch and stitch.
Oh!
They call it so what?
I would most definitely participate with that, especially if there's wine involved with the sewing. I think a lot of people don't know how to sew because people just stop teaching
Well, it's a lost
sewing.
art. It really
Yeah, it
is. And
is.
it really is a skill that everyone should know how to do, especially in times like over the last couple of years, or
Right.
just in case you want to mend your clothes, or if you lose weight and you've got a favorite dress and you don't want to get rid of it, but it just needs a little zoop, you know what I mean? Like,
Right. Right.
it definitely is a lost art, but I think that everyone should learn how to do it for sure.
I agree. Until then, I'll just let my husband just do all the sewing. If there's a button that's missing that needs to get put back on, he sews it. If something needs to be hemmed, he sews it. I'm like, I'm just here to be cute and funny. So let me ask
Okay.
you, how did you and your partner and friend Cynthia get your own show on TLC?
Well, we actually had Double Divas back several years
Right.
ago.
Mm-hmm.
And what happened was one of our vendors reached out to us, and he's in Puerto Rico and they sell shapewear. And he was like,
Mm-hmm.
you girls are funny. They're casting for this show. And he was like, my girlfriend runs the casting agency in New York. And he was like, I think you would be perfect for it. Well, we found out about 2 days before the casting closed. And like I told you, I'm not very tech savvy. And back then, about the only thing I knew how to do was, you know, upload something on Facebook. And I had just gotten a handy cam for Christmas because I thought I was going to try to start doing some filming, and the files were too large. So what they got was us walking around our shop, and when our resident seamstress in the store that we called Mama came
Mm-hmm.
around the corner, and she's like, get that damn thing out of my face. What are you doing? Are you recording? And then the back end of it was us sitting on the floor, still recording, and her saying, did it upload? And I'm like, I don't know. And she goes, well, you're the smart one. So if you don't know, then how the hell do I know? So that's what they got.
Well, it must have been very entertaining to them because not only did you guys go from Double Divas, but then how many shows have you been on TLC?
Well, we did Double Divas, and then when 90 Day Fiancé had came out, I had no idea about the show. I don't watch TV really because I work. I work a lot. I'm always doing different things and volunteering, and I am on a board for a nonprofit. So I didn't know anything about it. But Cynthia goes home early. She's an early riser and an early to bed.
Okay.
And she calls me and she's like, you're going to kill me. And I'm like, why? And she's like, you know my favorite show, 90 Day Fiancé? I've been binge watching it. And she was like, and at the end of it, there's a commercial that says, do you know anyone going through the K-1 visa process? Well, at that time, I had been with Louise for about a year and a half. And she basically filled it out. We honestly didn't think anything about it because I was like, they don't want me, even though my story is perfect for their crazy,
Right.
for their craziness. I mean, I'm older. He's from another country. I got kids. He's never married. We fit the model, but I was like, they want organic stuff. We've been on TV. They're going to think we're just whatever. But sure enough, they were like, we want you to be here because they did an interview with me. And out of thousands of casted people, we were selected. So that's what happened, really.
It was the power of the titties. Now, tell us about your strangest customer who's coming to the store, needing to be sized, needing a bra.
To be honest with you, one time on the show, we fit Norma Stitz. Her real name is Annie, and she has the biggest boobs in the world.
Okay.
And what happened was they didn't find her. My dad was a youth minister, and he was watching some show, and Strange Sex came on a commercial, and he sends me a screenshot of this woman, and he's like, you need to fit her. Well, interestingly enough, my cousin was in LA, sent me the same thing and said, there's this lady that you should fit. So we reached out to her, and it ended up being on the pilot of our show. So all this was happening during this time.
Oh, wow.
So we made a bra for her, and it's basically the biggest bra in the world. We're kind of the Guinness record holder for that. But I wouldn't say that's the strangest. If it has anything to do with boobs or men that want to hide themselves in slacks, I mean, you name it, and we've done it. We're kind of the really out of the box thinkers. We had a man one time that was impaled in his abdomen when he was clearing some land. A tree went through his abdomen. And he said that the surgical garments that held it in was like a rectangular square, so it always like fell out the bottom. So we had this harebrained idea to take a very large bra cup that was like a bowl with a wire that could stabilize it, and we took his Velcro band and sewed it to the side. And so he said we changed his life, because now he had like a soup bowl that his part could sit in, because they had to graft skin. And when your abdomen is impaled, you lose all your muscular structure, so there's nothing there to hold your tummy in. So Cynthia's kind of been coined the Einstein of design, but you name it, and we've probably done it. We had a girl one time that had 2 sets of breasts.
Whoa, wait a minute.
Yeah. She had 2 boobs, and then she had little side boobs up under her arm that her nipple was attached to, and she didn't have them removed because that's where her milk came out for her babies.
Well, okay, that most definitely would be the strangest customer.
That's probably the strangest thing we've ever seen, because we've seen a ton of stuff, and every time I think I've seen it all, we get hit with something else.
Like, boom.
Yeah,
okay.
Wild.
But I rest assured you guys hooked it up, right?
Oh, we did. Yeah, we just fit in between them.
That is crazy.
Yeah.
So how often are women shocked by the fact that they're wearing the wrong size bra?
I don't necessarily think it's the shock that they're in the wrong size. I think it's the shock of the revelation when they see themselves and it actually fits. And my biggest testament to that is I take what they were in and I place it over what I put them in. And when they see that there's like a peanut in comparison to a coconut of coverage, like they're blown away. And they're like, how did I mistake this so badly?
Yeah, I probably have never worn the correct size bra.
Well, when we're done, sometime this week, we'll hop on the phone and you can unrobe yourself and I'll fit you. And it's true, because I'll tell you, a lot of women that have full bust volume are seen as full figured, but not all full busted women are full figured, and not all full figured women have bust. So it's really, and we've been sold this dream for years and years and years due to multimedia marketing and millions of dollars behind it, that we fit into this mold. But how many women really look like those women? No one.
Exactly. Yes.
They don't.
Yes.
And so you have to just know, and that's what we do.
So let me ask you, how do you balance being a businesswoman and a mom?
Honestly, I've just learned how to do that. I started something called the Push Journal, and I prioritize kind of what I have to get done, because I think people think once you've been on TV and you own a business that you have a personal assistant, and I do not.
Yeah, and that you're super rich also. Oh,
yeah, I've just got gobs of money. Hell, I would if I didn't give it all away and try to just help everybody, but you know how that goes.
Yeah.
But I don't want to be a different person. It's just, I honestly have tried to really, once I get home, even though I still do things here and there, I mean, I'm doing something right now, right? But I try to shut it down. It's not always easy because I can't help it. I mean, I'm married to this life, you know, the business. And it's like, sometimes you feel like, oh God, I'm going to miss one, or what if I don't respond? And I think the balance is that I had to realize it's more important. Like, I just went on a trip with my kid. I'm going next week with my little one somewhere, and just really bringing them into the fold and letting them pair along. I don't really do much anymore if they can't come with me. So, and you know, I bring them along, and it's not easy, girl. You know, it's not. It's really not, because you feel guilty.
You feel like no one's getting 100%.
You feel guilty. Yeah. Either way.
Yes. What would be the best business advice you'd give to another woman?
go for it. Just really go for it. And if you don't know, find somebody that you respect. You respect their business, you respect their service, you respect what they do, and find what you're passionate about, and don't think of it as a business, because every single day I love what I do. I wake up with passion and purpose, and I want to go help people. So once you identify with who you are and what you got, and then you align yourself with people who know more than you do, and don't be afraid to ask questions. It's not that you're stupid, it's that you haven't been down this road. I mean, I'm always open to talk to people about different things. And it's like, I didn't go to school for business. I didn't have anybody show me the way. I just dove right the hell in.
Well,
but I think just going for it, you got to go for it. And you can't, and you could have 10 other people in the room that do things. You just take the things that you like about how they do it and cultivate it into your own path.
I think that is some solid advice right there, because getting up and actually doing it has to be the hardest part.
You got to be ready to go all in, though. You got to understand that even for myself, after 15 years, I got a teenager of a business that's ready to drive itself. And then the pandemic hit and nobody wants to work. So you got to get your ass up and go. I mean, you got to go. You got to work. You can't be lazy. You got to keep grinding. And you sometimes you don't stop.
Right. Sometimes you want to, but you have to keep pushing forward. Yes, you don't have a choice. Now, since we know Cynthia did all the lead work as far as you getting on 90 Day Fiancé, what made you agree to do it?
Honestly, I wanted to be just a really solid woman for a lot of women going through this, okay? And I also wanted to be able to show people, like, I have a business and, you know, use the platform for leverage. I mean, whenever you can do that, you should. I couldn't pay for the kind of advertising I've gotten off this show.
I bet.
But in truth and love, I didn't go into it expecting that it was going to be so awful and that I was going to be seen one way, but only by a handful. The most of the people are like, girl power, you're a boss, I love you. And they reach out to me and they're inspired. Or there's women who are going through a terrible situation and they're like, can you please give me advice and courage on how to walk away? So it's turned into a ministry for me, and it's empowering, and I wouldn't trade it. I wouldn't trade the situation, because had I not done that, I wouldn't be in the situation I am now with God truly sent to me, like the most amazing man I've ever had. And I love him so much, and he is so good. And I'm grateful that I went through a bunch of bullshit, and I'm grateful that I've grown, because if I'd loved myself today, how I love myself now years ago, I would never have went through what I went through, but it's just a journey.
Now, do you think that filming affected that relationship, or do you think the relationship would have ended anyway?
No, I do not. He had a plan, and he was real good at it. I mean, when I met him, he was actually a really decent human being, and I love his family, and they're in ministry. So the person that I met and that I had a relationship with for a couple years was a different person than when he got here and got off that plane.
Real? How quickly did things change?
Immediately.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, he had a plan, and he knew somebody here already. And I wish he had just said, hey, chick, I need to get to the States. Can you help me out? Instead of me investing my love, my heart, my energy, my kids, I would have just said, hey, you want to come work? I can put you on a work visa, get where you need to go. Like, I'm not that type of person, really, but I help people all the time. Like, for me, it's just the amount of time invested and the money. It's not cheap to sponsor somebody on a visa.
About how much is it? Because we hear about it on the show. You know, you have to be able to sponsor the person, but what is a ballpark figure?
The bare minimum, $20,000.
Oh no, you're gonna have to stay over there.
That's the bare minimum for sure.
Because once they're here, they cannot work for a certain amount of time, correct?
Correct.
Okay. Now, did your family and friends think that you were absolutely insane for doing this show?
Yes, they did.
What did they tell you?
They just were like, girl, just watch your back. I've heard these guys are crazy. Just be careful.
Right. And they were kind of right.
They were. I mean, you know, But when you're head over heels, honey, and you're not thinking, I think I went through a midlife crisis. I think I just wanted a partner so bad and not,
Yeah.
it just companionship, really.
And I could totally
And he was a
understand
lot
that.
of fun. And it wasn't about the sex. It wasn't about any of that. I'm very young at heart and I'm active, and I think it was just fun.
So if you had to tell someone some of the signs to look out if they're deciding to go through the K-1 visa process, what is a sign that they need? Red flags.
Well, honestly, he never came here. I always went there. So you need to spend time on your own turf with your person. You definitely
Okay.
need to do that.
Okay. Okay. So let me ask you, now you're on The Single Life with your boyfriend, Kelly. Is this a totally different filming experience?
It is, because for me, I've done it and he hasn't. I mean, he's new to this even still, even though he's done it. Like, he's still in the throes of just trying to understand. And he was a very private person. So for him to even engage was a little crazy.
And he's in law enforcement, right?
Yes, he is. And he's getting ready to retire.
So let me ask you, did the guys at the station ever like poke fun at him or anything, or tease him about being on the show?
Somewhat. I mean, they just kind of were like, "What's happening, brother?"
Right. This is new. Tell us what's really going on. Does he actually like to film?
He does and he doesn't. I mean, it's long days. It's crazy.
Really? And I think for us, we don't realize how long of the day, filming days can be.
I mean, you might go for 4 days to get 2 minutes worth of content. I mean, it's a lot.
That's crazy. Very, very crazy. Let me ask you this. How are your girls doing?
Amazing. My daughter just started working at the shop, and she's kind of taken over, and she is the Livy of Livy Ray. And the little one's getting ready to go to middle school, and we joined Girl Scouts, and I became a co-leader for troops. She's really enjoying it.
Oh, so y'all are selling Girl Scout cookies currently?
We are.
So y'all know who to go to if you need Girl Scout cookies. So here's my last question. What can everyone expect next from Molly Hopkins?
I'm just trying to still do virtual fittings, work in the shop, help people. We've got some new ideas on the horizon, and we're still filming diaries, and we're still doing Pillow Talk, but I'm hopeful that we're going to be able to get on the road before too long and do mobile fit events. So follow us on our social at Molly Hopkins or Cynthia Decker or Livy Red Lingerie, and just log on to see what's happening, because we may be coming to a town near you to do a bra fit event.
You guys got to come to Houston.
Girl, I've been there. I want to come again.
Yeah, so that way I can come and see y'all and be like, fix my titties, fix my titties.
Well, I'm going to do it in the next few days, so be ready. I'm going to email you my phone number when we get off this call.
Oh, that would be so awesome and amazing. Thank you so much, Molly. I wish the best for you and Kelly, and we will just keep on keeping on watching you guys entertain us on TLC.
Well, thank you so much. I'm very blessed to be on here with you, and I hope you have a great night, and we'll talk soon.
Okay, thank you, Molly. Bye.
Bye.
It's the Libra Lounge. The Libra Lounge. Ooh.